Well, Wicked started it all.
Well, what do you want to watch? Do you want to watch 7 people gardening? Like, that's not what we're watching here. Like, fake fan.
Spencer Pratt, that's a villain through and through. There's no question on that one.
Kristen Cavallari was your hero?
Yeah, and she still is to this day. Really loved the sequel.
You really loved it.
I loved it.
I think he's a sucky person.
We had no evidence at that point.
Anal sex in a gangbang. That's Saturday night.
She sounds misunderstood to me. We know.
We know women and Dustin Hoffman, and we're like.
iHeartRadio Canada presents Bestie Listen.
Am I the villain? No. I'm not the villain. Are you the villain, Sean?
You are the villain.
Well, probably. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah, okay.
But
do you know what's a tale as old as time?
You tell me.
Good versus evil.
It's so true. And sometimes evil does win.
Usually evil wins. In the hearts of gay men, right?
Yeah.
Because there's something in us that attracts us to the villain of a story. Who are the villains that you admired growing up?
You know, when I first heard that question right now when you asked it, the person who comes to mind first is Cruella de Vil.
Oh.
Devil. And I think that's just like the first person that stuck with me from like birth.
That's so interesting. Do you know what? Thanks for asking. Do you know what?
I didn't finish.
Do you know what the first one that comes to mind for me was Rita Repulsa?
Oh, yeah.
From the Power Rangers.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
That's it. And do you remember the show Reboot?
Yes.
Who was the
Yes, that diva.
Yeah, that diva.
I don't know her name.
I don't know her name either.
Yeah, she was fierce. And then I feel like thinking through, because Cruella de Vil, Rita Repulsa, Reboot, mystery villain. And then there's like Ursula's a big one for gay people. Hook, dare I say Hook. All drag queens. They're all drag queens.
Dustin Hoffman she's drag.
Yeah.
She's drag.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's like an aspect of like the villains that we grew up with, especially for like our generation, the Disney-ification of the villains that lends itself to like a queer sensibility and also identity. I think like the question that you're proposing to me is like, who was your first person, and also why were we attracted to that person? And the people that we listed were often women and Dustin Hoffman. And we're like, why do I see myself in Queen from Reboot?
Yeah.
Not see myself, but why do I stan her?
Yeah.
At 4, I was saying, why do I stan this lady? And I don't know if I have the answer for you. I think the answer is like, feeling like an outcast. I think that's just like the general thing, or being misunderstood. And I don't know if Cruella de Vil was misunderstood because she did want to skin the dogs.
She wanted to skin the puppies.
And I think she was
There's
wrong
no
for
doubt
that.
about it.
No, it's not okay what she's doing. It's just not okay. But
it was for fashion.
Yeah. Fashion.
But ultimately it was like, if you look at the common denominator, and I think this applies also to the heroes, not just the villains, is I think we were attracted to powerful women.
You know what?
Right?
Everything I just said was wrong, and what you said was right. It is powerful women. That's
I'm
all.
so used to that.
All right, not too much. But you're right. It all comes back down to powerful women. Like that's all I ever want to watch. I never want to look at
and
a
Dustin
man.
Hoffman.
Yeah, even then. Just because he's in drag, I guess it's fine. But like, I only want to watch a powerful woman, and then oftentimes they are in a villain role sometimes. And that's it.
And then there's this whole thing going on that I credit Wicked with the start of this. I don't know if that's accurate, but in my mind,
It all started at the Gershwin.
When Wicked, I felt like was the first thing that sort of positioned our understanding of the villain, where it's like, actually, there's so much more to this person. And here's the reason why. And here's their motivations. Because in a lot of cases, it's like Cruella de Vil, the motivation is skin the puppies so I can have a coat. Not a great motivation, but when you look at Wicked, what they do is give her this entire backstory and retroactively say, actually, she was never the villain.
Yeah.
Which then I do feel like that has gone too far now. Like, I feel like we're constantly
Giving a backstory to someone who doesn't need one.
given the backstory.
I will say, though, with Wicked, it actually never, and I'm talking less the movification of that story and more the play or the show of like, I never felt like it was beating you over the head with like, no, she's actually so misunderstood, even though that's like the point of the thing. It's like, let's just, the tagline before Dorothy dropped into Oz, here's that story. And that's what it does so well. Whereas something like Cruella with Emma Stone, do you know what I mean? Like something like that, which you're referring to, is like, I actually never needed a backstory to her. She just was bad.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's getting to the broader issue of just there's no new ideas in Hollywood and we're having to mine these old IPs because of the success of something like Wicked, and Cruella was successful, right?
Yeah. But I
And-
think Wicked does that without feeling, or did that without feeling like, we're taking beloved IP and just adding to it, which is, again, what it is doing. But it became its own thing separately, which I think it did so well. Because to me, Wicked and Wizard of Oz are like two different things, even though they're the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I totally think of them separately. Like Wicked, I don't reinterpret The Wizard of Oz through the lens of Wicked ever.
Ever.
I interpret Wicked as Wicked.
Yeah, this is now a Wicked podcast, and I'm fine with that.
Well, Wicked started it all.
It started it all, Leela Durham. Why do you think right now, though, we as a society are so obsessed with villains? Like, we have Wicked Part 2, which just came. We have House of Villains. We have The Traitors, which is kind of villain forward. Why do you think so?
Yeah, well, I'm really interested in this, particularly from the reality TV aspect, because it felt like for a long time, reality TV, yes, I think reality TV was built on the back of villains.
Yeah.
And then something happened. It felt like there was this moral shift in society that at some point, we were no longer celebrating that. It was like we actually demonized the villain and then tried to make more feel-good content. And I see this not just in Survivor, but Drag Race felt like that too. It felt like we got rid of the villains for a little while, but now they're coming back. And I think platforms like House of Villains and The Traitors that sort of celebrate the
Villainy
aspect of, I am going to do whatever I can to further myself, has revived that. I don't think it ever really went away. I don't think our interest in it ever went away, but these platforms have revived the sort of like cultural invitation to villains. And so I think it's been much needed. And I think we're in a renaissance of the villains.
Yeah, I think what you alluded to was like that weird period, especially with the Drag Race of it all, where the fandom became the producer and was like, no one can be mean anymore. We don't want this, even though the shows were built on that. And when you are talking about reality TV, it is so important to have someone in opposition to the protagonist, because we need a story. We need to move story. I think we could talk about this a bit later, but I think like there are only a few examples, especially with reality, where a person was celebrated for being pure of heart, or like a season of a show existed without a villain. So like if you look at season 1 of Idol, it's an anomaly because that couldn't exist any other time than when it existed.
Yeah.
Right? So Kelly won based off of talent, but also because it was a genuine in search of a star. Then Idol became in search of a star and in search of entertainment.
Can you remind me, who are the villains on Idol?
There weren't villains, but there was like there was the Sanjaya or the William Hung or the the Taylor Hicks. 4 people are mad at me right now. But like,
Yeah, Taylor Hicks's family.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they weren't villains, but it was like, wait, how did that happen? How did we let that happen?
And we let that happen.
Were you rooting against?
It's such a good example with Sanjaya because I remember people were voting him in to keep him around because they thought it was funny.
Well, that's what Idol eventually turned into, which was like a bit of a circus act, and then also in search of a star.
You almost said freak show.
I literally almost did, and I was like, I can't say that. I said it. I said it. But that is interesting because at the same time, there was so many other reality TV shows that were being born, but Idol kind of existed in its own and then became like everything else.
Yeah.
Right?
What about Drag Race? Because I feel like, look, my history with Drag Race is that I think I watched roughly the first 10 seasons. I'll still dip into the All-Stars seasons, but I have fallen off a little bit. And part of the reason I fell off was because I felt like it was missing the interpersonal drama that I loved so much in the early seasons. Like for me, is it Fifi O'Hare or Fifi O'Hara? Okay. So Fifi O'Hara is an all-time reality TV villain. Like I loved her and what she brought to the show. And I realized that most viewers didn't love her, but that was the whole point, is like you want to feel that way watching any media, reality TV or scripted.
I think people who watch, I'm just after every word I'm saying. I think people who watch TV like that and are like have immediate disdain for who the villain is should not be watching reality TV. And I can hear the comments on TikTok right now, but like, you need to have that. Like, yeah, you don't have to like somebody, but that doesn't matter. Do you appreciate what they're doing for the story or for the show? Like, I see a lot of comments sometimes for a lot of shows, reality shows, where the comments are like, fire this person, I won't watch it if they're on. Okay, well then don't watch it.
Yeah, or we'll take them off and then we'll see what kind of show we got.
Well, what do you want to watch? Do you want to watch 7 people gardening? Like, that's not what we're watching here. Like, this is not RuPaul's Best Friend Race.
Yeah.
Like, truly, that was, a quote that I go back to often because I think it says a lot. Like, I don't want to watch camaraderie all the time.
Yeah. And then, but I feel like with the Drag Race, we have started to get villains back. Like when I've dipped in, it's like Plain Jane.
Candy Muse.
Villain. Candy Muse is a villain?
I think she was presented as a villain.
Okay.
I didn't find her as a villain. I thought she was I knew she clocked in and knew what she had to do.
Right.
And I always like watching someone go to work.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's like a difference between like, I can't think of any names right now, but someone who is doing it in mean spirit or is sour or just like bad at it. There's nothing worse than someone bad at reality TV.
No, true.
And I don't have any examples right now, but they exist.
They do exist. Well, I want to talk about Survivor because this is my big passion. And it's literally predicated on heroes and villains. Its most popular season is heroes versus villains. And it's common knowledge that the stars of that season are the villains. And there's a reason for that because they're far more complex individuals with, I think, a lot more options open to them simply by bearing the moniker of villain. I think it opens up a lot of options when you're thinking about how to move through a game of deceit and manipulation. And so when you compare it to the heroes tribe, and like, I don't know how deep in on Survivor you are, but a great example of somebody they would classify a hero, and even on that season, is like Rupert, right? Rupert, one of the most famous, beloved contestants of Survivor. And it's like, how is Rupert a hero, and how is, say, Sandra, his, sort of like frenemy from his original season, a villain? And Sandra, many people have come to know her on The Traitors. She is a 2-time Survivor winner. She's an icon. She's a legend. And all Sandra did, really, that was different than Rupert was, 1, win, and 2, be a woman, right?
Well,
and
that's
so,
already 2 strikes against her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I feel like...
How dare she be a woman and win?
But then to be placed on the villains tribe, it sort of like gives her this allowance to play like a villain. And I think that is so much more compelling television.
It is, but it's almost like Heroes versus Villains is my favorite season of Survivor. And, I stopped watching around season 33, maybe.
Great place to stop watching.
Yeah. And then I picked back up recently, but I have not been religious about it. But Heroes versus Villain, as good as it is, and I think is a perfect season of TV, to have to split it up, to spoon feed to the audience, to tell them, the general audience, not us, who is a hero and who is a villain is almost a disservice. Because it's like, well, I know who these people are. And also, I would say the sentiment around that season or the division of the teams is almost like, wait, that's actually not a villain.
Exactly.
And that's not a hero.
Yeah.
You are just doing that based on edit or based on public perception. But actually, that's not the truth, Ellen. Like, it's different.
Or based on like complete randomization.
Yeah.
Like there's such a good example, and this is so niche, but Candace, there's this woman, Candace, who is like textbook villain, reality TV, and she's thrown on the Heroes tribe, I think for like gender parity. And they were like, our villains are already full, so we got to put her somewhere. And it's like, okay, that's interesting. But all that, and she goes on to sort of like play as a villain, and that's great for her. But it is a confusing sort of like construct to identify people in that way. But
I mean, I think we've talked about this. You and I have talked about this before, but we can't talk about Survivor without talking about the first female villain, which is Jerry.
Yes, the devil in a blue bikini.
Who...
Man-eater Manthe.
We're aging ourselves here, but like, I remember at the time when Survivor was airing her season, it was a monoculture of it all, but it also was like, wait, woman who is a bit stoic and not overtly emotional and is playing a good game. I don't like her. She's mean.
Exactly. Well, with Jerry, it all came down to the fact that she was pointing out that
the obvious.
Her fellow contestant, who was a chef, mind you, couldn't cook the rice. Like he couldn't cook the rice. It was always burnt or like undercooked. And her pointing that out made her a villain. And then also she was a woman comfortable in her sexuality. I mean, like she wanted to pour chocolate all over Colby and eat him. And good for her.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want that? And so that is basically what makes her a villain. Like if you go back and watch Jerry Manthe with 2026 eyes.
Oh, it's
you're
insane.
Like, you're like
the TV out
literally, the she is
a
complex woman doing the job that she came out here to do.
Yeah.
Even to the point that years later on All Stars, she gets booed off the stage at the reunion for talking about that.
Get him banned.
She really she threw the first brick.
While we're talking about Survivor, who is a villain that you defend to the death? I mean, I feel Jerry to me is not a villain. I don't think she's a villain to you, so I don't think that counts. But like, who do you think is portrayed as a villain and that you would defend?
Absolutely, Parvati Shallow.
Yeah,
and we have her here today.
But Parvati's not a villain to me.
I think that this is a great example of somebody who she gets called a villain because she used her sexuality in the game, which, as we know, women are not allowed to do.
Yeah.
And so...
Sorry, she's smart.
But the thing is that Parvati is such a great example of somebody who gets labeled villain for the way that she played and then plays into that. So like the villainous qualities of Parvati is that she takes glee in the downfall of others in a game, not like personal attacks, but it's the glee that she finds, where some other people might be like, oh, I hate to see you go. But
we're playing a game here. I've never held that against her. I think like what Parv has done on Survivor will be looked at and is looked at as like truly some of the greatest TV work of all time. And Survivor Australia, where she won, was a masterclass.
A masterclass.
I thought it was perfect.
Yeah. And she's a great example of this sort of renaissance we're seeing, and I think a little bit of revisionist history that we're seeing when it comes to villains. That
like actually
shows
she's
like
not that good.
No, that she's great because at the time that she won Survivor Micronesia, which was season 16.
Fake fan.
That she was hated. Like her win was despised.
For sure.
And
but it's because she's a woman.
But it's because she was a woman.
Yeah.
And then all of this time passes and people re-examine it and go, wait a second, actually what she did was incredible. And
that's the story of time.
Now she gets to pop up on shows like The Traitors and make incredible TV and be celebrated for playing that role of villain.
Well, thank God for The Traitors, if only to give a new revisionist to these people to be like, actually, let's reward you for your villainy. And that's I'm going to talk about something. That's my problem with The Traitors, which I love. That I think there's two people who watch that show, and there's people who are like, I'm only rooting for the faithfuls. A faithful needs to win. We cannot let traitors win. And then when traitors do win outside of Surrey, or outside of a few people who have won, and if you've never seen the other traitors, like the other country ones, they're amazing. I think people have a hard time when people play as a villain, and they have a really hard time accepting a person doing bad things to benefit themselves in a world in which that doesn't matter. Like if you are on a TV show and you are doing I think there's the old adage of like people on a TV show being like, I swear on my kids and I swear on my life that I never said that. And they're lying.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't care.
It's not real.
Swear on everything.
Swear on everything.
It's a game.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'd swear on anything, like playing
I'd swear on you.
Monopoly. I'd swear on you too.
Okay, great.
That's so sweet. Let me ask you this. If you were on The Traitors, do you think that you would be a villain?
I think I would, if I was a faithful, I'd still be a villain, but I would prefer to be a traitor. I just can't keep a lie going that long. Like I just would start sweating. My dream would be to be on Big Brother, but I'd be scared because I would be edited as a villain.
Yeah, I would be scared because you have live 24-hour feeds.
It would be like that meme of Katy Perry on the stairs when she did that
You would
live.
be that.
I'd
You
be
would be
like,
that.
yeah, literally. Would you be a villain?
I want to say yes, but honestly, I don't think I have it in me. Like that's
To
why,
be a
and I think
villain?
that's why I respect villains so much.
yeah.
Is because I'm like, you really have to commit
Yeah.
to be an iconic villain, and I don't know. I just don't know if I have it in me.
No, I think you have it in you, but I think also like, I don't know if you have like, you're not like someone who's going to do like a farce.
No.
Like bullshit for like 2
Yeah.
weeks. But like, I commend the people who are made villains on that show. And this is justice for Candace Dillard Bassett, who was on the last season of The Traitors, who I think, got done dirty.
She
but
did.
she played as a traitor.
Well, she has my favorite quote from The Traitors, maybe of all time, when she said, "The show is called The Traitors. It's not called The Faithfuls.
Period.
The show is about us."
Don't
And
get
it's
me.
like,
Don't
yeah,
even. I'm
thank
getting
you.
hot again. That bothered me so much because I thought Candace played a great game until the wheels fell off and she didn't. Was the vote for Rob a bad game move? Sure. Was everybody else around her blind? Yes.
Yeah.
Because if I'm on that show and two people are going at it, just simply from like watching reality TV for like most of my life, I'm like, well, obviously Rob's a traitor.
Yeah.
How are we blind to that?
It's ridiculous.
So he won because he kind of played a good game, but I'm never going to credit a man. Sorry. But like he only won because everybody else was like too dumb to see it. We can't talk about reality TV villains without talking about kind of the origin in terms of like female reality TV. I don't know if that makes sense, but like Laguna Beach and The Hills started it all in a different way.
In a different way.
But more so on The Hills, it was very much hero versus villains in terms of editing. And we were presented Lauren Conrad as a hero, Heidi Montag as a villain.
You're going to set me off.
Okay.
Like this is something I have never been able to let go of.
Since 2007.
I've been hanging on to this forever. And like also since the Laguna Beach days, because we are presented with our hero protagonist, Lauren Conrad, in the very first episode of Laguna Beach, what is she doing? She's planning a party to exclude Kristen Cavallari. Like, Lauren was the bully on both of those shows, and it drives me nuts because Kristen was always more interesting, cooler, more popular, hotter, and
made for TV.
All around made for TV. And I feel like
her endorsement of Spencer Pratt.
Wait, Kristen?
Yeah.
Kristen endorsed Spencer Pratt?
Yeah, she was on Watch What Happens Live, and she was like, I don't know. I think it's like pretty good.
I'd rather you just not tell me that part.
No, sorry.
But Spencer Pratt, that's a villain through and through. There's no question on that one. But Kristen Cavallari was always my hero, like literally my hero.
Kristen Cavallari was your hero?
Yeah. And she still is to this day. Is that a crazy statement?
Like a little, but I'm obsessed with it. Keep going. And that you pray to Kristen Cavallari.
And then I was watching this show and I'm like, am I
losing my mind?
Am I being completely gaslit by this show? Because I don't get it. Every time Lauren opens her mouth, it's to bully other people, unless it's like low. And like
Justice for low.
Because there's not a lot of substance to low.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm really opening like a 20-year-old can of worms here.
I mean, they just did the reunion for the Laguna, so I think it's relevant.
Missed it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what is
I don't have a Roku
TV?
stick.
No one does. The issue is it was like, here's a pretty blonde girl and another pretty blonde girl, and you're gonna have to decide which one is the villain and which one is not.
Well, the problem is they weren't asking us to decide.
They decided for us. You.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. So
and they were wrong.
That's what the problem was. Where even at that young age, we were watching that show, and I think at the time was always like Team Lauren. And do I think Heidi was a villain or Kristen? Kristen, not really. She just did her job. Heidi became a villain by default, by that nasty little rumor that they put out. Let's not forget. I can quote that show like with my eyes closed.
Do you remember the rumor? We can't say it.
I don't know if I can say it, but like I remember reading that article on that godforsaken website. But
what a time
article
to be alive.
Also, yeah, no, literally, me at like 17, refreshing, being like, okay, what is this?
What does that mean?
Literally, but I think Lauren by the end became a villain because she was producing in conjunction with the producers of the show.
Okay, but here's my thing on Heidi, because you say that Heidi became a villain, and you're right, but do you know who drove her to villainy?
Spencer.
No, Lauren.
Okay.
Because Spencer, and granted, Lauren's first like gut instinct on Spencer was 100% correct.
She wasn't wrong.
But
I think he's a sucky person.
We had no evidence at that point. And what she did was just like totally like treat her friend like crap because she started dating a guy that she didn't like. And like that.
I mean, I get it.
It is kind of a Wicked story. Like it is a Wicked story where it's like.
The musical?
Yeah, the musical.
We're going to have a hook incident again.
A hook. Is that Heidi was driven to becoming evil by
I don't know if I necessarily agree, because when Heidi was working as an A&R person at whatever
working
Fakakta music person Heidi the Hills. I think like the fallout with Spencer, I do blame Heidi and Spencer on that for the rumor basis.
Yeah, but by the time we got to the rumor,
sure.
Like at that point, I'm not saying Lauren deserved the rumor.
Us debating a show that was 100% produced, and I never fall into like the reality is fake world. But when it comes to the Hills, it's like
they revealed
they
that
told
it was
us
fake at the end.
That is
so iconic.
That is TV. The one where they pulled and you saw the sound
where
stage,
the
right?
The final shot is them pulling back.
Do you like the other ending where Brody goes to Lauren's house?
No.
Oh, and she's like,
I don't like that.
Where were you? They were two of our finest actors. I don't think Kristen was a villain, though. I will say, though, she is the only person who knew immediately what she was doing on TV.
Yeah.
Like, she knew from the second.
She played the game.
And then when they brought her back to the hills and she wore that blue dress and she walked down the aisle of the church I could cry thinking about it. And then the next season when she was fighting, I think everybody on the cast, and she was on that rooftop bar in LA being like, they're coming at me like fucking piranhas. She gave us TV.
She gave us TV.
I will never fault someone for giving us TV.
She is the blueprint.
No, she really is. Mm-hmm. She really is. And you know who's not?
Who?
Lauren.
Yeah.
You can't do what Lauren did.
Yeah.
The only blueprint for Lauren is like Anne Hathaway's character in The Devil Wears Prada, which is like the girl being presented everything and maybe doesn't know what to do with it. Speaking of The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about
Let's talk scripted.
Yeah. If we're looking at like what you mentioned or what they're doing a lot now, which is like giving a backstory to a villain. I mean, should we talk about the sequel first or the first movie first?
I feel like they're the same movie in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Did you like the sequel?
I really loved the sequel.
You really loved it.
I loved it.
Whoa.
I thought that it was a rare example of doing exactly what I said I don't want, which is mining old IP for content and refreshing it. It felt like purposeful. It didn't, I wouldn't say urgent, but it felt like this deserved to be its own thing.
Yeah, you know, I really liked it. I think everybody was so happy to look a damn mess in that movie. Like, they were thrilled to look absolutely insane. Everybody looked insane in that movie.
They did, yeah.
Like, Meryl's glasses got bigger as the movie went on.
There was also just so many things that Meryl was wearing that I was like, she wouldn't wear that.
The jacket with the
the tassels.
Tassels, insane. I think, you know, I just don't think the wardrobe on that movie did anybody a service. I agree with you in that it is a sequel that justified its existence. My only issue with it is that I never needed Miranda to be healed, the healed version of Miranda.
I totally agree.
For me, I never needed that.
I didn't need it. And I felt like we had already gotten it in a very subtle way in the first movie. So in that way, I don't think that it was totally necessary, but I was happy to have everybody back and not in just like that kind of way.
God, every time someone mentions that show, I shudder. But I agree with you. We're like, for me in the first movie, Miranda simply acknowledging Andrea from across the street and like, but also not acknowledging her and then getting in this car and smiling. And when Andy is at that interview and the interviewer says, we got a reference and the reference said, you were the biggest mistake she ever made, but we would be a fool if we didn't hire you. That's not the quote. That's like so wrong. But basically being like, oh, she saw her and she saw the work, although she forgot her.
Yeah.
In the Devil Wears Still Alice. But like, it was hard for me in the sequel to be like, oh, she's defanged now. She's softer. And I'm like, no, I thought, yeah, she was a monster in the first movie, obviously, throwing the code and all that kind of stuff. But like, was she a monster or did she just want to go to work?
Yeah, well, no, this is the thing is that one...
Why is no one ready?
Yeah,
you know,
it's a great question. One, is she actually a villain? And two,
no.
If so, like, does every villain need a redemption? I would say no and no.
No,
because
no.
I don't think she's a villain. Very similar to what we were talking about with especially competition reality. It's like she's a woman who knows what she wants, likes things a certain way, and isn't afraid to say it. Is that a villain?
In 2004, 2006, when it came out, yeah, that was a villain because, you know, the person it was mirroring or telling a version of was like the dragon lady who works at Vogue, where it was a peek behind the curtain of what we had heard. And the presentation of it was like, oh my God, she gets to work early, wants her assistant to hang up her coat, which like, okay, is there an HR issue there? I don't know. Wants a steak on her desk, justice for that steak. And she knows what she wants. Yeah. She's not going to smile at every one-way presentation.
And why should she?
Exactly.
She built an empire.
Get her the Harry Potter copy.
Yeah.
Someone tweeted that if that movie existed now, she would ask Andy for the Rihanna album.
Oh, that's good.
But that she couldn't find that.
No.
That doesn't exist.
No.
There's another question about this. Do you think, okay, you asked it, but I'm going to ask it back to you. Do you think Miranda's actually the villain or who do you think the actual villain in any of those movies are.
Like, I don't think that there is a villain. If there is, it's Andy's boyfriend.
The wardrobe department?
Really?
Andy's
in the first
friend?
one?
Yeah.
Her boyfriend, like the love interest.
Yeah, sure.
But even then, I just don't think it needs a villain necessarily, and I don't think that villain is Miranda Priestley.
The villain is capitalism.
Oh, now that.
Yeah, I don't.
That right there.
Yeah, I don't think the villain is her and justice for Miranda, but like in the second movie, Emily is kind of whatever's going on there was not my business.
Hang on, now I'm remembering the movie, and maybe
You're like, I really loved it.
Maybe I didn't love it, but I liked it.
I liked it. I saw it twice. I had a good time with it. I thought that final shot of the three of the offices beside each other. Yes, I love work. I love that.
I love offices. I love return to work. I love return to the office.
I love get back to work.
5 days a week.
I love Stanley Tucci saying to Anne Hathaway's character, "Forever my girl." Oh my God, I could cry. I'm crying right now. It's my allergies. I thought that was all beautiful, but I thought we got there was a little bit of the sequelitis going on in that movie. Mm-hmm. Like Meryl at the Hamptons house, I thought was just a crazy sight to see.
You know who the villain of the second movie was?
The lighting?
Lady Gaga's performance.
I'm not taking that on.
How about that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But we did get Meryl saying, Gaga. Which I thought was worth the price of admission alone. Coming off of The Devil Wears Prada 2, how do you look at Miranda versus how you look at her now? Like, did it change your perception of her?
No, because
Or is it just a movie?
Look, at the end of the day, it's just a movie. And Miranda Priestley's not a real person. And I think it's important to remember that. But look, I think that we saw a softer version of Miranda. Is it my Miranda? No. Not necessarily. And I think
because the wig was so low, it just truly wasn't even Miranda.
Yeah, it wasn't Miranda. That wasn't my Miranda. And
Miranda.
Somewhat like she's hanging up her own coat. She's struggled. The woman is struggling.
I love that. That really made me cackle.
I felt bad for her.
Our physical comedian, Meryl Streep. Jesus. I felt
the coat wasn't that heavy.
No, it was like 100-pound coat. It was crazy. But yeah, I think what you're saying and what I said too, like the Hampton scene really took me out because we saw Miranda in like running shoes and I was like, after a long day at work, I don't need to see that. Yeah. But like for me in the first movie, when we saw emotion, it was all earned. So when Andy walks into the house and they're having Miranda and her husband are having whatever divorce issue that they're dealing with, and you see Miranda stripped down, that's the Dragon Lady defanged, right? Mm-hmm. Like we see that there's a real person there. And then when we see in Paris what she does to Stanley Tucci's character, who I keep forgetting his name, and she gives the promotion to Jacqueline, it's like, oh, she's not great, but she's making a decision that she has to make.
Yeah.
And then, again, at the ending, when she acknowledges and smiles with Andy, I think we see that person there when she shows the glimpses of emotion we see in the first movie versus the second movie where she's like, I'm great, I'm wacky. Yeah. Like when she goes into the cafeteria, I didn't need that. Okay.
No, didn't need the cafeteria. There's a couple of other scripted villains who I think actually deserved the redemption arc.
Whomst.
Did you watch 6 Feet Under?
You know what? I'm going to say it here. No, I haven't. I know. I can't take that on right now.
Did you watch Lost?
Yes.
Juliet?
Yes.
Classic example of somebody who's introduced as a villain and then becomes so selfless.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful person. I love Juliet. And for the 6 Feet Under heads, it's Brenda Chenoweth. Incredible from villain to hero arc. Where it's like, that is, I think what I wanted Miranda Priestley to be maybe is this really spiky, like demanding person that just rubs you the wrong way. And as you get to know them, it's not that they change their actions. You just understand what makes them tick and what makes them act that way. And you grow to love them.
Yeah, I mean, we're done with that topic, but you get that in that first movie, right? Mm. So I don't think we ever needed that. But I think also to your point, there are a lot of villain to hero transformations that do work really, really well. And, I don't know if Gone Girl is that case.
You love Gone Girl.
Famously.
So
when you think of me, you think Blunt Bob.
I know that you wanted to talk about Gone Girl, and I've seen Gone Girl.
Have you seen it, or did you watch a highlight reel?
Well, I had seen Gone Girl at some point in my life. Loved it. I thought, what a great movie.
Never wanted to go back.
Completely forgot that it existed. And then you're like, let's talk about Gone Girl. I'm like, okay. Instead of watching Gone Girl, because I have so much PTSD from watching all the rom-coms, I thought maybe there's a handy recap on YouTube that I can watch. So I watched this like 14-minute recap of Gone Girl. I don't know what the fuck happens in that movie.
Based on the recap.
That
sounds great.
They're naming they're throwing in characters at the 11th hour. Like, I can't keep track. So why don't you tell me about
It was just
Gone Girl?
A recap on Casey Wilson's character in Gone Girl. It was just, where's your wife, Nick? So let me tell you about Gone Girl. I mean, okay. So Amy Dunn is presented, I guess, as a villain.
Hang on, but back up. For those of us who don't remember Gone Girl, can you give us like a 2-sentence recap?
A 14-minute. Would you like a 14-minute one?
No.
Okay. It's the story of a woman.
And she's gone.
Girl, she's gone. It's a husband and wife who are having issues in their marriage. Her husband is having an affair. She decides to fake her own murder, framing her husband. I'm watching the movie in my brain in real time as I'm saying this. And then, she's gone. Where did she go? And then the second half of the movie, we're with her. And then
this is what Lady Gaga's Joanne is about.
Yes.
Girl, where do you think you're gone?
Yes, exactly. Yes. So then the movie switches about 45 minutes, an hour in, where we get the cool girl monologue iconically, and we are seeing where Amy is and why she did her own disappearance. Although for the first hour, we're kind of like, did he do it?
You wouldn't happen to have the cool girl monologue handy, would you?
Oh my God, that's so crazy. That you ask it. Before I came here, I printed it out. And I think what's crazier is, are you thinking, do you have a printer at home?
I think it's a great use of paper.
Yeah, absolutely. And now for a dramatic reading of the cool girl monologue in Gone Girl by me, a man. Men always say that as a defining compliment, don't they? She's a cool girl. Being the cool girl means I am hot, brilliant, funny woman who adores football, poker, dirty jokes, and burping. Who plays video games, drinks cheap beer, loves threesomes and anal sex, and jams hot dogs and hamburgers into her mouth like she's hosting the world's biggest culinary gangbang, while somehow maintaining a size 2 because cool girls are above all hot and understanding. Cool girls never get angry. They only smile in a chagrined, loving manner, and they let their men do whatever they want. Go ahead, shit on me. I don't mind. I'm the cool girl. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop.
I thought this was a family show.
It is not.
I did not know that that's what you were going to say.
There's so much more. Well, that wasn't in your highlight reel.
It was not in my highlight reel. I don't think it's allowed on YouTube.
I mean, after my awful reading of that, I'm looking to give Rosamund Pike her flowers for an incredible performance in that movie, especially in that monologue. So
she sounds like a cool girl.
She's pretty cool. Anal sex and a gangbang. That's Saturday night. Do you think Amy Dunn is a villain?
I don't know.
I need you to focus.
She sounds misunderstood to me.
No, that's what the man wants from her. She doesn't want to do those things.
Oh, I thought she liked.
I don't know if you got it. It's a bit different from Hook.
Oh, I can't. Wait, okay.
We've lost the plot. I can continue reading it.
Yeah. Wait, I do want to hear the rest.
Oh, okay,
I really
sure.
do.
Oh, I ripped the paper.
Where could it possibly go?
There's like 3 paragraphs.
And how much did we cover?
Well, I mean, I think we'll figure it out for you. Men actually think this girl exists. Maybe they're fooled because so many women are willing to pretend to be this girl. For a long time, cool girl offended me. I used to see men, friends, coworkers, strangers giddy over these awful pretender women. And I'd want to sit these men down and calmly say, you are not dating a woman. You are dating a woman who has watched too many movies written by socially awkward men who like to believe that this kind of woman exists and might kiss them. I can't read all of this. I have dinner after this.
Oh my God.
Okay, I need you to come back to me.
Okay.
Do you think Amy Dunn is a villain?
Not after all that.
She's not.
I don't even think she's a cool girl.
Ooh.
And you know
She's
what?
not.
That's probably the most villainous thing about her.
That she doesn't want to put hot dogs in her mouth? Listen, I'll answer the question because it seems you're having a moment. I don't think Amy Dunn is a villain. I think she is a woman who is in an abusive relationship. As we see before it turns, he throws her against the staircase, and that kind of is that kind of incites what comes next.
It's not funny.
No.
It's not funny at all. It's tragic.
Are you laughing at abuse?
No.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Let me know when you're ready.
No, I'm good. I've never been more ready.
She is a woman who has to do what she needs to do. I
gotta see this movie.
You gotta.
I gotta see this
good,
movie.
Right? It's pretty good. I think you'll like it. You haven't seen it in 15 years, but I highly recommend. Okay, well, I don't think we can get anywhere with that one because, the monologue really sent you over the edge. But justice for Amy Dunn.
She win an Oscar or anything?
Rosamund Pike was nominated for an Oscar for that movie. I'm having a vision. I think the only nomination for that movie is Best Actress for her.
Do you think they played that as
They played me reading it. They went back. They got this footage from now.
I love that.
Do you have anything to add or just want to keep laughing?
No, I just like that. That was good.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, as long as I can entertain.
Do you think that people use that as their monologue for auditions and stuff?
Oh, for sure. That or like that Rachel McAdams, The Notebook monologue that's been going around for a while right now. Everyone's like, she's amazing in it. I'm like, obviously.
Yeah, we know.
We know. So to sum up, cool girl, Rosamund Pike.
Yeah.
Justice for. Is there any other women who are villains that you wanted justice for?
Justice for Kristen Cavallari.
Sure.
Justice for Juliet from Lost. Justice for Jerry Manthe. Justice for that girl.
The cool girl.
Does she stay gone or does she come back?
She comes back.
Okay.
You got to watch this movie.
I know.
Yeah. I'll give you the DVD. This has been great.
It's been a joy as always.
Oh, I had the time of my life.
Who knows? This could be my last episode.
You are the villain. All right. Well, I'll see ya.
Bye.
For more Bestie Listen, you can follow us at Bestie Listen Podcast on any social media platform. I swear to God. You have to use that one. Making me the butt of the joke. You walk and I'll follow you saying it. Oh, and if you're not a cool girl, I beg you not to believe that your man